Most of us know how to clean and look after our gear after a dive, but what about taking care of the most important thing of all? You, the diver. What should you do? Let's dive in and find out. Ladies and gents, welcome back to Tampa Bay Diving. My name is Blake and I'm a professional recreational scuba diving instructor and digital content creator. And I make these videos with the sole purpose to improve your dives. The first thing you should be thinking about after diving and drying off is your ears. If you don't take care of your ears after diving, you might experience some pain or discomfort in them or feel like water is kind of trapped in your ear canal. It could lead to conditions such as swimmer's ear. When you're in the water for extended periods of times, the parts of your ears can swell. You've already got bacteria in your ears, and when you combine them with the ones in the water, it can create a prime breeding ground, which could lead to infections or inflammation. This happened to me a couple of times when I was a competitive swimmer. I was just always in and out of the pool with hundreds of other swimmers, and mixing all that bacteria, there's bound to be some consequences, whether it's in a pool or really any body of water. In order to prevent this from happening, you can get a commercial ear cleaner from your local pharmacy. They are formulated to be put in your ears, dry them out, and kill any of those nasties that may be residing in them. Now, don't use Q-tips or cotton swabs. You don't want to poke anything further into your ear canal, and the tissue inside is delicate and susceptible to damage after a dive. If you don't want to go out and buy any ear cleaner from the store, you can make your own cleaner. What a lot of divers call ear beer, by mixing 50% isopropyl alcohol and 50% white vinegar. It will dry out your ear and kill any nasties that may be residing in there. I wouldn't use it too often because if your ear is too dry, then that can cause damage itself. If you decide to make your own, then I would use it at the end of the day when the diving is all done and not in between each dive. And don't make large batches of it because it will evaporate and that's just a waste of money. I myself use Stream to Sea's Water Sport Ear Rinse. My friend Autumn showed it to us a couple years ago at DEMA and I've been using it ever since. Before I used to use just a commercial brand that I got from Publix or Target for swimmer's ear. But the good thing with this is that, like all of Stream to Sea's products, this is reef and fish safe, so you know that there are no harmful chemicals to yourself or the underwater world that we all love. Now, this stays in my Save a Dive kit and I use it after every dive, and I'll leave a link down below if you want to support our channel, Stream to Sea, and all the coral and fishies that we all love. Now, if you do notice you are experiencing any pain or discomfort, then it's best to contact your doctor, or if you don't need a referral to go to the ENT, then contact the specialist directly. Don't delay getting anything looked at because an ear infection, illness, or injury can take you out of diving for quite a bit of time. I wouldn't dismiss any symptoms. It's best just to let the professional get in there and at least take a look. And whatever you do, don't go to WebMD. Just do your best to dry out your ears as best you can. Tilt your head to the side, let the water drain, and then do the other side. And you could use a hair dryer on a low setting. One of the most common things to occur after diving is being dehydrated. So after a dive, it's best to start drinking some water. Now, don't go over to your water bottle or the cooler and start chugging water. Just casually sip it. The gas in your cylinder is very dry. A lot of the moisture is filtered out of the air so that when it's in your cylinder, it's not causing corrosion within and ruining your cylinder. And right now in this economy, it seems that eggs and dive cylinders have just skyrocketed with the inflation, so you definitely need to protect that investment. So you're breathing in this dry gas anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. And if you've ever had cotton mouth on a dive and wondered what's causing it, it's the gas you're breathing. Now, on most dive boats, they'll have a cooler with sodas, juice, and some may have beer. I'd hold off on those, especially if you're feeling any symptoms of DCS, until you've had a sufficient amount of water. If you're having any symptoms, then you don't need to be having anything except water while the crew is getting the O2 on you. And when you get back to the shore, you'll want to continue sipping water to help hydrate. Proper hydration helps your body recover from the dive and decompress. Now, I'm guilty of this, just like a lot of divers out there. You have an awesome day of diving with your buddies and you all go out afterwards to get some food and a beer, but I always make sure that since the dive has ended, I've been hydrating on the boat ride back, on the way to the restaurant, and even when I sit down, the first thing I ask for is water, and I'll keep drinking it the entire time I'm there. I love coffee and I can't function without it, but I always hold off until I'm rehydrated. Juices, I'd avoid those because the acidity in those drinks can cause acid reflux to act up. Indigestion, heartburn. If you're someone who gets that quite a bit, then I'd steer clear of them. Now, with drinking water, your body is recovering from all the activity. You should try to get some food down. Now, I'd go for protein and carbs, and when I say that, I mean healthy protein and carbs. I always like to pack a lunch and take it with me on the boat and just store it in the cooler. For me, it's something like chicken, rice, and orange slices. Don't ever take a banana on the boat. The captain will be completely in the right to refuse letting you on board, and I've been on one where somebody snuck one on board and the boat's electrical system went out. You can say it's a myth, but I've been on boats and ships for 20 years now and I've seen a lot of things. Hey guys, if you're enjoying this content or getting some educational value and want to learn more about scuba diving, then dive down, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and ring that dive bell. Now, obviously after a dive, you want to clean up. I'd recommend starting with washing your hands and your face after a dive. Obviously, you're going to be wanting a snack, and it's not a good idea to be touching food after you've been in the water with all the bacteria and then shoving it down the hatch. If the boat has a head, then wash your hands and face with soap. If not, I like to keep at least a little thing of hand sanitizer in my Save a Dive kit. But when you get back to the shore or the dock and get all your gear off the boat, then definitely go wash up before consuming any sustenance. Dry off, obviously. Even if it's a warm sunny day outside, you just spend an hour or so underwater that is colder than your internal body temperature. So remove the wetsuit. You should be wearing something underneath. Dry off with a towel so you don't get cold. If you're exposed to the sun, then put a dry shirt and a hat on. Most divers carry an extra rash guard, which is light, so it's not too hot and has long sleeves to help protect your arms from getting burned. Now, hair is a tricky thing because everybody's hair is different and reacts differently to salt water and drying. For me, after diving, my hair gets really matted after being in the water. In salt water especially, if I do nothing, then by the time my hair air dries, it will just be poof and a giant curl fro. So I like to put Stream to Sea's leave-in conditioner in it before I dive, and then right after I'm done for the day, give it a good rinse, wash it with their shampoo, and then apply more conditioner and comb it through with a wet brush. I wouldn't recommend just using any comb or brush because when your hair is wet, that's when it is most prone to damage. So get a wet brush. They range in price depending on which one you buy. This one at Target was like $15. And shout out to another diver I know here. When I was going through growing my hair out, I didn't know the first thing about taking care of long hair, and I found a whole new appreciation and understanding for women. After a day of diving, I was just complaining about my hair being matted, and my friend Shannon actually turned me on to the wet brushes and showed me how to properly care for my hair. Another thing is argan oil. The sun can really damage your hair, so I like to apply kind of a dab of argan oil in my palm and then just run it through the ends of my hair. The oil helps protect it from the heat and damage from the sun. Also, getting a loose fitting hat will help, like an adjustable snapback or this bad boy. And when you're home, you should be cleaning your gear, but don't forget to hop in the shower and wash all those nasties away. I would avoid shaving before and after a dive, so if you're a guy, shaving your face. If you're a woman, shaving your legs. Let's just say shaving in general. After you shave, you're opening up your pores, and if you get a cut, then you've got an open wound, and hopping in the water with all the bacteria and living organisms can cause infections, irritations, and illness. If you're going to shave, then do it the night before you dive, or wait until you've thoroughly showered afterwards with soap to get fully clean. If you found this information helpful and enjoyed the video, then dive down, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and ring that dive bell. And let me know down in the comments if you have any questions about diving, gear, locations, tips, anything really. I'd like to be more interactive with you, the viewers, so I'll pick some questions to make a video and answer them there. You can ask your questions in the comments below, message us on Facebook, Instagram, and X, and all those links will be down in the description. And just over here, YouTube thinks you're really going to love this video, so check it out, watch it, and help us continue to grow the channel. I'll be back next week with another video, but until then, plan your dive and dive your plan.